live, something happened to my audio on YouTube, but it's okay. It happens. I appreciate everyone that was joining. We were having a good dialogue and discussion about that. And so if those individuals come back, we'll continue. If not, what I'm going to do is give a brief recap of what I talked about as it relates to how you can be confident under pressure, even when you don't know what to say. The first thing you want to do is get as much information as you can. Find out who your trusted sources are early and find out what information you need to reach out to other people about to prepare yourself for the meeting. The second thing you want to do is be mindful of what you say. Watch the replay. We went into a long discussion about this, so you want to definitely check it out. And the final thing you want to do to appear confident under pressure is to be mindful of how you say things. I talk about this in the part 1 of this video, so definitely take a moment, look at that, and get some information that will help you go to that next level in your career. Now, I hope that this information has been very helpful to you all. I appreciate your patience because the audio went out at the very end, and there's a lot of things that we talked about, has some really great dialogue, and I appreciate everyone for being present on the live today and really learning as much as you can in those particular scenarios when they come up. A couple things I do want to mention to you just very, very briefly is that I do have a new program called The Real Executive Woman that is going to be launching here this week. So I'm already in the middle of it. I've been doing some posts about it on LinkedIn and Instagram and here on YouTube as well. So this is a really fantastic, phenomenal program. If you are at the beginning of your leadership journey, you're definitely going to want to check out this transformative program. And if you are a more seasoned leader and you're ready to go to that next level in your career and level up, this particular program will help you to master how you are communicating and how you are presenting yourself as a leader and help you to have that next level, unforgettable executive presence. So I hope that that information helps you also. And I appreciate everyone for being present for the lives. As I mentioned earlier, I'm really excited to have been invited to YouTube's live streamer research panel. I've been doing a lot of lives here, as many of you all already know. I've been doing a ton of lives, and I'm excited to be a part of something and that YouTube saw enough that I've been doing a lot of lives to reach out to me and to see if I can provide some guidance, some feedback, fill out a couple of things as it relates to helping them develop live streaming and moving forward. All right, so I want to say hello to Enrique Z. Hello. Indica, hello. Hi, how y'all doing today? So I've been on live for the past 30 minutes now. My audio went out, and so I'm back again. I know a lot of you are new, so if you are really wanting to learn more about being confident under pressure, this is a great time for you to subscribe to the channel and like this video because it gets to more people. If you have some questions specifically as it relates to how to be confident when you're under pressure, put them in the comments below. I'll stay on here for a little bit longer to help you all and provide any insight that you can. I do want to tell you that we had a long discussion in part 1 of this video. So if you have not checked out part 1 or you just joined live, this is the time for you to go when we finish up to check out part 1. So check out the part 1. We had some really great insights, some great discussion points that will help you to be confident under pressure. Now, I do want to say for those of you who are joining, feel free to put where you are joining from in this beautiful world of ours. And I want to be able to provide you with any insights that I can. Some of the things that I mentioned in my first video, for those of you who are new, because I see some new people here, is I shared with you 3 strategies that will help you to communicate and appear confident under pressure. So I'm going to go over them. They are in part 1 of my video, but there's a lot more dialogue and a lot more very real discussion, real talk that is in part 1 of this video. So check it out. I know right now it'll say confidence under pressure, what to say when you're not sure what to say, I believe is the title. If not, I'm going to do a part 1 and a part 2 just because the audio cut out, but definitely check out part 1. So the first things that I mentioned for you to do when you are under pressure and you want to appear confident is you need to get information. Get as much information as you can so that when you are going into that meeting, you are prepared. You know exactly what you want to talk about when you're speaking. The second thing that is very helpful for you to be able to do as a strategy to appear confident under pressure is to be mindful of what specifically you say. There are statements, there are words, there are things that you can actually say to help you appear confident when you are under pressure. There's a lot of things you can do. We talked about them in part 1 of the video that I mentioned a moment ago. So definitely check that out. And if you find some value in it, feel free to subscribe. I talk about real strategies, real basically scenarios that happen with women in leadership. And I give you over 20 years of my experience as a C-suite executive, a manager, a director, and a public speaker and an executive coach to help fast track you and communicate at a higher level than your peers and become that leader that everybody wants to know and follow. So we talked about number 2. The third thing that I want to mention to you, and then I'm going to say hello to everyone else in the comments that joined, is that you want to be mindful of how you are saying your response. Using the inflection of your voice is very, very, very important. And I also want to mention to you that if you are raising your voice or lowering your voice, or certain times that you do that. So definitely check out the part 1 of this live video to go over that and provide you with some insight to help you be able to know when you need to raise your voice and when you need to lower it. Try your best when you are making a statement to not make your statement sound like a question. If you make your statement sound like a question, then you are not appearing confident, and people will pick up on it very quickly and say, he doesn't know what they're talking, he's talking about, she doesn't know what she's talking about. And if you're watching my channel and you're subscribed, you know that I don't want you to be in that category. I want you to be that person they say, this person knows exactly what they're talking about. Let me see what they're trying to do. Okay, so let me say hello. So Leanne, hello. Thank you so much for the compliment. I appreciate it. Frankie said she's super smooth in them upper band press meetings. Absolutely. And Frankie's from Detroit. Well, welcome. Absolutely. Glad to have you here and appreciate your dialogue in part 1. So there's a lot of great discussion, a lot of great insights, a lot of things that we talked about in part 1 that will absolutely help you all when you are trying to appear confident under pressure. So let me know, do you all have any other questions, any scenarios, anything that's happened that you have felt like you were not really as confident as you wanted to be? And you're wondering, well, what maybe could you have done differently? Let me know. Let me know how you can do that. So let me know in the comments below. I'll hang on here for just a few more moments before I get off here, but I want to be able to provide you with as much support as possible. And if you're watching the replay, please make sure you watch part 1. Part 1, we had a lot of really great discussions, and you'll find tremendous value in that live for sure. Now, I will say the next live that I'm going to be hosting, and I do my lives now, I'm more stable, more consistently as I have done in the past, is to be talking, we're going to be talking a bit more about executive communication. So some of the things I shared with you highlights executive communication, but there's different levels to it. That's the reason why I want to highlight it. These are all conversations, all modules that are in my signature program called The Real Executive Woman. It's a great transformative program to help you as a leader. So I want to check the chat really quickly. Frankie said, you should work with politicians. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I've had the opportunity to spend time with politicians. And that is the reason why I've been in those type of settings, those situations that have came up. So many years ago, when I was a dental school student, I was one of 2 dental school students selected in the entire United States to be a Washington National Health Policy extern with the American Dental Association. So during my time over that summer in that externship, I spent a lot of time with different congressional leaders at the time, different congressmen, congresswomen. I spent some time with the Senate Majority Leader at that time. And so I learned a lot, and I understand how it is when you're trying to communicate and you need to share your value very quickly. I've also given Florida State congressional testimony here, and I've been involved in several other things. So yes, I appreciate the compliment. Thank you so much. But this is what I share to my audience, because everyone doesn't have those type of experiences. And when you really are truly wanting to level up in your career and go to that next level, that very best version of yourself, I'm here to help push you to get there, and I'm going to help you be able to get there by the way you communicate. Communicating is so important. There is a video that I watched before. It was Warren Buffett and Bill Gates that were talking about success and talking to a group of college students that were about to graduate. And one of the things that Warren Buffett mentioned in the video, he mentioned that there's two important skills that they need to master as they are entering into the real world. One of those skills was marketing, and the second skill was communication. And communication is what will help you to negotiate higher salaries. It will help you to be able to articulate yourself as a leader. It will help you to be able to develop your executive presence. It will help you to elevate in your career. That is why my foundation, what I really focus my clients on and my subscribers on and my platform on and my business, is to truly help you be able to communicate, not just communicate. I want you to communicate at that higher level. And so I give you all of my experiences, what I've seen, what has worked, what has not worked. Sorry, my audio went out again, video went out, but I've worked as a C-suite executive. So I've been in those very high stakes boardroom meetings where you are not sure what to say because you have people that don't like you, or you have people that don't agree with what you're saying and are very heated about it. So I've been in those scenarios, and that's why I can speak about different ways you can manage things under pressure from real world experience. A lot of people on the coaching world, there's a lot of coaches out there that are great, but there's a lot of coaches that speak from a place of knowing or having some idea of how things work. But unless you've actually been in those type of settings, been in the trenches, as we would say, then you don't have that depth, that knowledge to really help somebody know this is how you handle a crisis situation. This is the type of language you want to do, how you want to communicate so that your team remains calm. Because the way your team responds is a direct impact of how you are speaking to them. So if your team is acting like, oh my gosh, the sky is falling, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, yeah, the sky really is falling, then everybody's going to be on 1,000 and they're going to not be calm. And you want to be that person that just brings everybody down. It's going to be okay. We're going to figure it out. That's what real leaders do, and the world needs that today. So I want to be able to support as many people as I can across the world to develop those type of skills to help them be able to communicate in a calm way. Okay, so let me see. All right, Frankie said I'll use the information, but at a much lower level of leadership. Well, you know what? Honestly, you don't know what level of leadership you're going to be at. So don't sell yourself short, okay? You have no idea of where you're going, especially when you start to develop those skills that we talked about. You can go as far as you want to. So one of the things I would encourage you to do is not limit yourself. Just learn as much as you can and see how things go from there. There's different levels of leadership. And if you are a leader, you are a leader. Regardless of what level you're at, you are a leader. So keep that in mind. I don't feel there's different levels of leadership, yes, but ultimately leaders are leaders. Leaders are the people that are bringing people to that next level in their lives. And as you are trying to enhance and improve yourself, this is a great opportunity for you to go to that next level yourself, and you have no idea what's going to take you. So don't necessarily say it's a lower level of leadership. That's something I would say in a coaching setting is let's think of it in a different light. So instead of saying lower level of leadership, let's say the best level of leadership that you're going to be at the moment. And then you're going to go to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. Think of things in a positive way. There's no low levels. Like for instance, if someone is working at a different type of setting and they're managing, it doesn't matter, like whatever their field is, even if they're not, let's say, a politician, they're managing a restaurant or they're managing a school or they're managing a business. Leadership is leadership. It doesn't matter. There's levels to it, I guess you could say, but honestly, leaders are leaders, and the things that I'm sharing with you are really important for leaders to have, regardless of what type of leader you are. You will be able to elevate in your career if you are able to master how effective you are as a communicator. All right, so I want to see if you all have any other questions. If not, I have enjoyed being able to communicate with you all as well. And as I mentioned, my next live is going to be a touch of executive communication. So that's something that we'll talk a bit more about. And of course, I mentioned my program earlier today, and I appreciate your support for helping me to get recognized by YouTube in terms of live streaming. And feel free to share this information to other people that you might know that are trying to really elevate their leadership skills as well. A lot of times people say they want leadership development. I need leadership development. What should I do? Well, the first thing they should do is to work on how they are communicating. That's the very first thing of leadership development, because how you communicate is how people see you as a leader. Alrighty, awesome. Well, I hope you all have an amazing day. Thank you so much for your time. Feel free to like the video if you found some value here today. We've been live for about 45 minutes or so, but I appreciate every moment of it. I'm here to really help you, and I hope that those of you who are watching the replay and couldn't join the live will be able to gain a lot of knowledge here. So I hope you have a great day. And Frankie said, thanks, I'll watch your videos. Absolutely, Frankie. Check out Think on Your Feet. And then also check out several videos on my live to see how to develop your executive presence and etc. So I hope you all have a fantastic day. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.